Oh, hello, everybody. Introducing room chat. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Please just give me a moment as I get everything set up. Hello, Clubhouse. Toby, you're doing a lot. Hello, Facebook and Instagram. And now, why's my no, Facebook and YouTube. That's what I'm on. Hello, Clubhouse. Hello, Facebook and YouTube. And now, hello, Instagram. All right. We are going to have a great time tonight. For those of you who cannot see the title of tonight's show, the title tonight is WWPD, and that stands for the hell. All right. Hello, Clubhouse friends. I thought I was talking to you and my mic was on mute. All right. Okay. We're going to get started at 8:05, but just letting you know the title of tonight's show is WWPD. What would Prince do? Okay. We have a very interesting story about Prince that I want your opinion on. So please, don't be shy. But I just share this room out to other people. If you're new here and you don't know what's happening, this is my weekly broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. So if you are interested in business, if you have a business, and the legal side of things kind of overwhelms you, or you don't want to deal with it, or you would like to learn more about it, this is a great place to learn, where it's fun and informative and in plain English, and you don't have to worry about all that legalese, okay? Hey, Jada. So we are getting started at 8:05. Invite your friends, anybody who you think might enjoy this broadcast. Also, yeah, just share it out. Let your friends know. If you don't know who I am, I'm going to explain that soon, but just know that my name is Natalie Pierre-Lewis, and we're going to have a great time tonight. Now, my friends on Clubhouse, I usually ask people to put things, in the comment boxes and things. Actually, now that they have a chat box, okay. See, oh crap. All right. All right, so now that I realize that Clubhouse has a chat box, maybe this will work. So when I ask the questions, I am going to ask you guys to give me some feedback, so you can just put that in the chat box, all right? But don't feel obligated. But, participation is always better. So we're getting started in just 2 minutes. Let me make sure all my microphones are on. Can everybody hear me okay? Let me know. I have a tendency to leave the mics on mute and not remember. Yes. But tonight we've got stories about, like I said, Prince. Russia is using trademarks as a war tactic. If you like the brand Stussy, they are suing Shein. I know some of us, we buy some stuff from Shein. You can't beat a bargain, right? The Coachella Festival is suing Live Nation. I have a question for you guys. If you are a fan of Tank, the singer, I got a question for y'all. And an interesting trademark is being filed in Ukraine. All right. So we're going to cover all that stuff plus our NPL nuggets. So everybody get ready, grab a drink, grab a snack, a piece of paper, and a pen, or whatever you use to write with, because we're going to learn a lot today. All right. Hello, DG99 Elohim. All right. We're getting started in less than a minute. Relax. Take in a deep breath. And breathe out. All right. It's 8:05. So let's get started. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. Um, yes, where I am a licensed attorney. Have been one for 16 years. If you're wondering who I am, I have had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I'm very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everyone has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of people have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful in business, there are just some things that you need to know. There's no way around it, okay? So that's why I'm here to teach you those concepts. So if you are in the startup phase of your business, or if you've been in business for a little bit and you're like, you know what, I need to get my act together, or even if you've been in business for a while and you still need to get your act together, um, I want to help you out. So connect with me. The best way to do that is to go to linktr.ee/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm. There you can set up a free 15-minute consultation if you are a first-time client. The link is in the Clubhouse bio. It's on Instagram. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. Yes, you can book a free 15-minute consultation as a first-time client. You can also download my free Biz Launch cheat sheet that will help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less. Linktree/NPL consulting firm is also where you can access many of my digital products. I do a lot of digital trainings. So on different aspects. So, I have a training on how to get an EIN number, how to write a contract, all things like that. And it's also where you can subscribe to my different social media platforms. So Linktree/NPL consulting firm is, the hub for all things NPL consulting. All right. So that is the business side of what I do. Now let's get to what this show is about. Okay. So this show, what I do is I take stories from the news, stories that you guys send me, anything that I find inspiration from, and I bring it here and we dissect the stories and pull out the legal lessons that we can learn. All right. So this is a time for you to ask your questions, to give your comments, as long as they are respectful. Please keep in mind my mama listens to this show. Um, yes, because it's always more. It always impacts you more and sticks with you more if you are involved in the conversation. So please don't be shy. My friends on Clubhouse, if you don't feel like talking out loud, please feel free to put your comments in the chat and I'll read those, okay? All right, so we are going to get started. Like I said, we've got a bunch of stories, but before we even get to the stories, we've got to do our NPL nugget, okay? If you are wondering what an NPL nugget is, before the start of each show, I teach a quick business concept, 1 to 2 minutes on the topic of the month. This month, we've been talking about contracts. I've been a little lackadaisical about posting. Last week was rough for me, y'all, I'm not going to lie. But who is texting me? Okay. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So our topic of the month is contracts. So the NPL nugget that I want to do, I really just want to review what we've been talking about all month. Okay. So we have discussed, the different parts of a contract: offer, acceptance, and consideration. We have talked about the qualifications for who can sign a contract, right? We've also talked about the different types of contracts that you need to know out there, that you need out there, like service contracts, independent contractor contracts, and joint venture contracts, right? But one of the things, you need to know how to put an entire contract together at some point in your business career. If you are planning to be serious about business, you're not going to be able to do all of your transactions via DM or text, right? So my NPL nugget is to have your templates early ready. Don't wait till the opportunity comes up to, try and scramble to find a contract. All right. Okay. Now we can get to the show. Now, I've got some comments here. Jada said that she thought it was pronounced shine. Yeah, girl, I heard it somewhere. I had trouble pronouncing it too. Derek said, "Hey Natalie, I like Jasmine Sullivan. You could have got me a ticket." Derek, I got my ticket for Jasmine Sullivan literally 1 hour before the show started. Okay, it was one ticket, standing room only, so I took the opportunity. Y'all, I went and saw Jasmine Sullivan last night. If you have not seen her in concert, please do. She is amazing. Okay. All right. So, all right, let's move forward to with our stories. Our first story of the night is actually a follow-up from last week. Last week I told you guys that hey Leaks Dope. Last week I told you guys that Russia was basically suspending any trademark laws. Russia was like, you know what, the rest of the world is trying to cut us off from everything, so we're going to cut off your IP rights. And Russia basically said, we're not going to prosecute anybody who tries to, trademark famous trademarks that are already out there. And if you follow my Instagram, you know that I posted a picture of a symbol that many of you may recognize. So people in Russia have not wasted any time trying to pick up these trademarks that Russia said that they're not going to, prosecute. So people have already filed trademarks for IKEA. They changed it a little bit. They called it IDEA. They filed a trademark for their version of Instagram, which they are calling Rustagram and Instarus. Someone has just straight up filed a trademark for McDonald's and Starbucks. Okay. These companies like McDonald's, like Starbucks, like IKEA, they have no recourse, right? A lot of these international trademarks, they are governed by treaties, basically pieces of paper. So essentially everybody is following it. Everybody's following it. Ew, Popeye's fries, gross. Everybody's following these treaties based on, just on their honor, right? So Russia said, you know what? Bump that. I'm not honoring any of your trademarks because you guys have shut us down. McDonald's shut down. MasterCard and Visa shut down in Russia. People can't get to their money. So Russia is like, you know what? Fine. You guys are trying to turn your backs on us. We're going to turn our backs on you. So there may be a Russian version of McDonald's coming soon, a Russian version of Starbucks, IKEA, and Instagram. We'll see how that fares out. We don't want to make light of the situation because it is very serious. People are losing their lives. They're losing, their homes. They're losing their countries. So we do empathize with the people of Ukraine. Oh, one more thing that someone has done in Russia. So Russia, they stripped Peppa Pig's trademark. So someone in Russia has filed a trademark for a show called Daddy Pig, which is basically just a ripoff of Peppa Pig. So and these companies, they can't do anything about it because Russia said, you know what, we're not going to prosecute it. You can bring it to the courtroom, but we're just gonna knock it out. So this is how Russia is using intellectual property as a war tactic. All right. And piggybacking off of that, despite the unfortunate situation of this invasion of Ukraine, Just Carried said, what does WWPD stand for? You're going to find out in just a minute. Hold on, Just Carry. I'll let you know. But let me finish this second story. So like I said, Russia's doing their own thing. They're not honoring intellectual property, right? But people in Ukraine, at least one person in Ukraine is trying to, get some leverage off of this opportunity. I don't know if any of you guys watched or heard the clip where a Ukrainian ship was threatened by a Russian warship, and right before the Russian warship bombed them, they told them to surrender, and they responded to the Russian warship. They said, and Mom, please forgive me. I'm not saying this just, to say bad words. But they said to the Russian warship, they said, Russian warship, go fuck yourself, right? And then the Russian warship blew them up. Well, a Ukrainian soldier is trying to trademark that phrase, Russian warship, go fuck yourself. Now, we don't know what he's trying to trademark it in. I don't know what country he's tried to trademark it in. Maybe United States, maybe in Ukraine. But it doesn't matter what happens in the world. Someone is always going to try to, capitalize on something, whether it be positive or negative. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that this Ukrainian soldier, is this a smart move? Is it a tasteless move? Should he maybe have waited until, whenever this occupation is over? What do you think about this Ukrainian soldier trying to trademark this phrase, Russian warship, go fuck yourself? Now, I'm assuming at the very least they're going to have t-shirts, but do you think this is smart, or do you think that this is a tasteless move? Let me know what you think. Clubhouse, if you want to respond, you can put it in the chat, or you can raise your hand. Let me know what you think over here on Instagram, what you think over here on YouTube and Facebook. Is it tasteless to already trademark this phrase from the Russian invasion of Ukraine? What do you guys think about that? Jada said, Tay Biscuit said, tasteless. Okay, so we got one person who says it's tasteless. Does anyone think that it's a smart move? Derek Bailey said, if it can make money, it makes sense. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't have a lot of facts on where he's filed, or what industries he is filed in, but I'm sure we will find out soon enough. Okay. Now moving on to before we move on to our next story of the evening, I want to remind you guys that you are watching or listening to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. All right. If you are in the startup phase of your business, check in with your girl. Go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and book yourself a free 15-minute consultation today. All right. Okay. Moving on to our next story of the evening. Just Carrie 21. I hope you're still here. I titled this show tonight, WWPD, What Would Prince Do? Okay, and you're going to find out right now why I named this show What Would Prince Do? So we all know, Prince is iconic. He has made the phrase Purple Rain. He's got a movie, a song, and an album named Purple Rain, right? And most of us, when we hear Purple Rain, we think Prince, right? And there is a winery out in Ohio, right? Prince had a lot of trademarks, but he didn't have a trademark for wine because, does anybody know why Prince would not have a trademark for wine? I'm going to give you guys a minute to see if you know the answer. Why would Prince not want to pursue a trademark for wine? Or why would he not, why would that not jive with Prince? Let me know in the comments. Yes, Derek Bailey, he did not drink. Absolutely. So Prince did not drink. He was a thank you, Jada. Religious beliefs. He was a Jehovah's Witness, so he didn't drink, right? Well, there is a winery out in Ohio. They are called L'Uva Bella. I think that translates to beautiful grapes in Italian. And they have come out with a wine that they are calling Purple Rain wine. Now, Prince's estate has they have opposed this trademark application because they're saying that Prince, he made the phrase Purple Rain iconic. Like I told you guys, when you think of Purple Rain, if you saw Purple Rain wine in a store, would you think that that was associated with Prince and his estate, right? If you saw Purple Rain wine in a wine store, would you think that that was a Prince product, right? Now, this winery, they are arguing that there is no way anybody would associate this wine with Prince because of the reason that Prince didn't drink. So, okay, Jada said she would think it was associated with Prince. L'Uva Bella is saying, look, everybody knew Prince didn't drink, so even if they saw this wine in the store, they would not think that it was associated with Prince. And I want to know how many of you guys agree with that. We already have Jada who said that she thinks it would be associated with Prince. Hey, Margaret, I haven't seen you in a minute, boo. Does anybody think that the average person, oh, Derek said, I thought Derek thought the Prince's estate did it, right? So there seems to be at least a little bit of confusion here as to whether this wine, is associated with Prince. So do you guys think that this trademark should be allowed for this wine? When their argument is that, look, nobody's going to think it's associated with Prince because everybody knew Prince didn't drink. Do you think that that is a good argument, or should the trademark be knocked down? Taya Biscuit said his estate may be diversifying. That is true. While, again, Prince did not leave a will, right? So nobody knows what Prince wanted to do with his stuff. So essentially, whoever is in charge of his estate can do what they want, right? And especially because his estate lost so much money just trying to sort his affairs out, whoever is remaining in charge of the estate, they're trying to generate money. So they're going to do that in any way they can. So it's not far-fetched to think that maybe they would do a Purple Rain wine. So, Derek Bailey said, when you see anything Purple Rain, Prince immediately comes to mind. Exactly. That was my line of thinking. Everybody associates Purple Rain with Prince. Why wouldn't they associate this wine with it? We know that there are plenty of people who, when they have passed, whoever is in charge of their estate did things that they didn't necessarily want, right? Like music that was released without artists' permission, or I remember I saw Tupac's estate was releasing. Now, I support all communities. Tupac's estate was releasing merchandise for Pride Month, right? They were for Pride Month, and a lot of people were like, Tupac was not with the LGBTQ community, so why would you be investing in Pride merch? And the estate was, they were like, look, it's money. They're trying to make money, right? So the fact that Prince didn't drink would not legally stop Prince's estate from, branding a Purple Rain wine. So I do think that Luva Bella is going to have an uphill battle in trying to get this Purple Rain wine trademarked in their favor. I actually don't think that they're going to make it. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this winery in Ohio, Luva Bella, do you think that they will be successful in trying to get this Purple Rain wine trademarked by the USPTO, right? Let me know what you guys think about that. Okay? And while you do that, we're going to move on to our next story of the evening. Is anybody into EDM music? If you're into EDM, oh, Derek Bailey said it should be struck down. If you're into EDM, give me... Oh, Margaret. Tell your granddaughter she can listen in anytime, too. I'm glad to have you back. If anybody is an EDM fan, just let me know, yes, no, in the comments. If you're an EDM fan, you probably have heard of this guy called Marshmello. He's a DJ. I've actually talked about him a couple of times on this show. Marshmello, he released a song in 2018 called Happier. And it was a... okay, so Marshmello... Jada, what do you mean the acronym? Derek said those DJs make crazy money though. Yeah. Jada, what do you mean acronym? Anyway, so Marshmello released this song Happier in 2018, which was a remix of a song that a DJ named Artie did in 2014. The thing is, Artie's song was Tabiscus. EDM stands for electronic dance music. So Artie, he did this song called "I Lived" in 2014. It was a remix of a One Republic song. And Marshmello then took that song and remixed that. So Artie sued Marshmello for copyright infringement. He's like, you used my remix. And he brought it to court, and the court dismissed the lawsuit. Does anybody want to take a guess as to why the court dismissed the lawsuit? Because Artie did a remix of the One Republic song, and then Marshmello did a remix of the remix. Hey, Fred. So why do you think the judge said, Artie, get out of my courtroom, you're wasting my time? Why do we think that? Clubhouse, anybody want to come on stage and give a guess? Anybody in the comments over here want to give a guess? Why do we think that the judge told Artie, look, yes, Marshmello definitely took your song and reworked it, but we're not hearing your case. The reason why is because, it was in the facts that I told you, Artie did a remix of someone else's song. Artie had has no copyrights in the One Republic song, even though he did a remix. Not only does he have no rights to the original song, when he made the remix, he had a deal with Interscope Records that said that he retains no rights to the remix. So in order to be able to sue for copyright infringement, you must have a legitimate copyright interest in what you are suing for. So Artie, because he did not have any copyright interest in that song, he had no standing to file a lawsuit against Marshmello. Okay, so if you're ever out here, the lesson that we can pull here is that if you're going to assert copyrights, yes, he did give away all of his claim. You need to make sure that hold on, excuse me, I lost my train of thought. Yes, so when you are using other people's property, you can't claim interest in them. When you are trying to claim copyright infringement, you need to make sure that you have an actual copyright claim, okay? Because otherwise the court is just going to bounce you out. All right, so good luck to Mr. Marshmello. All right. Yeah, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna do one more before I do a quick break and a quick reset. Okay, anybody who has ever purchased from Shein, please give me a $ emoji. If you're listening on Clubhouse, just put something in the chat, a $ emoji. Shein, they are one of the largest online clothing retailers. They actually outsell Amazon when it comes to online clothing. And they're a fast fashion brand. They're like, Fashion Nova, H&M, all of that. Very affordable. And they get they get a lot of dings for violating intellectual property when it comes to clothing brands, right? A lot of these fast fashion brands, the reason they're able to make a lot of money is because they take high-end brands, they make, a cheap copy, and it's more accessible, right? And it's very hard to get intellectual property in the clothing industry because you can't really do a trademark or a copyright unless you create a unique pattern. Because in the eyes of the law, a red dress is a red dress is a red dress, right? Unless you have some type of design protection. So Shein, they get you that high end look that you like for a low price. And sometimes, because they're trying to emulate these higher end brands, they kind of cross the line a little bit too much. So recently, Shein had a sports jersey on their website that said Stussy 8, Stussy. If anybody is familiar with the Stussy brand, again, let me see some dollar signs in the comments, all right? Um, and Stussy is saying, look, this is not just infringement, this is counterfeiting because they are putting our name on the jersey. And they know that they're doing something wrong because they don't use the name Stussy to describe it when you're looking for the jersey. That's what a lot of these fast fashion brands do. Like, they won't put the actual name, they'll just put some kind of something that reminds you of it. Anyway, so Stussy basically said, our claim to fame is being exclusive. We do these drops and it's an exclusive thing. That's how come we can charge so much. The scarcity, right? But I was thinking of this when I read this story. Is being so exclusive bad for your brand? You have these brands like Supreme and whoever else, and they'll do these like limited drops. And there's a finite amount of product, right? And their whole thing is that they want to create buzz because there's not a lot of it. So if you get it, you're special. But when you make it so hard to get it, or you don't make it accessible, you are more prone to getting people trying to, copy your stuff for a lower price. So do you think it financially worth it to be so exclusive for your brand? Because if you know that you're going to get, people knocking off your brand, is making it so scarce, is that a good play in business? I'm genuinely interested in what your opinions are, because I know that some brands, their whole claim to fame is, being exclusive, but you got everybody making knockoffs. So what's the point of being exclusive if you know that, somebody's going to have probably a very good dupe in a few weeks for, a fraction of the price. But you know, if you don't want to let me know what your thoughts are here, you can always DM me and let me know. We could have a DM what is it? Conversation. All right. But think about that. Is being exclusive in this day and age, is that smart for your brand? Jada said, I don't want the real thing. I don't want the knockoff. Brandon said, depends on how big you are. I think you need to be exclusive while small. Okay. All right. Okay. I can see that, the boutique experience. But it's like when you're a worldwide brand like Chanel and Celine and Louis Vuitton, everybody knows this. Like, they try to be more exclusive by raising the price, but then that just makes more counterfeiters. But at least that's what I think. Okay? But, good luck to them. All right. Before we move on to our next stories, I want to remind you guys you are watching NPL and listening to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday broadcast where we learn business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you are, confused or overwhelmed by the business formation process, I am here to make it easy for you. Things like, getting your contracts, your EIN numbers, your articles of incorporation, your trademarks, your employee trainings. All right, bye, Jada. So make sure that you check in with me, okay? At linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. So moving on to our next story of the evening. If you have ever purchased a ticket from Live Nation, please give me a ticket emoji or put something in the comments. If you have ever purchased a ticket from Live Nation, okay? Um, if you don't know what Live Nation is, they're one of the ticket vendors, online ticket vendors. I guess, their biggest competitor will probably be Ticketmaster. Um, you get tickets to all sorts of things, right? And Live Nation themselves, they also put on their own festivals. Um, and in fact, they have a festival that is coming up that is causing a bit of a kerfuffle. So, Live Nation is having a festival at a place called Coachella Crossroads. Coachella Crossroads. It is tribal land that is owned by an indigenous group, and they are renting this space out to Live Nation to do their festival, which they were calling Coachella Day 122. So, who do you think had a problem with Live Nation calling their festival Coachella Day 122? Hmm? And just for those of you who might be wondering, it's a hip hop and EDM festival. The tickets are like $99. Who do you think might have a problem with Live Nation? Hey Celeste, with Live Nation having yes, thank you, Brandon. Coachella, the actual Coachella Festival. So the Coachella Festival is run by a company called Golden Voice, and they are suing Live Nation for trademark infringement. They said, excuse me, we are the only Coachella out here in these streets. Thank you, Margaret Massey, Coachella. All right. So Live Nation has since changed the name of their function. It is now just called Day 122, all one word. But yeah, this is like, I don't understand why Live Nation even tried to do this. Hey, 76 Grimke, you about to be blocked, girl, because you said you didn't like Tank. Anyway, but I don't know why Live Nation of all companies, you know what these festivals are like. Why would you ever try to name your festival Coachella? Do you think that they were trying to steal the Coachella crowd? Because I refuse to believe that an organization as sophisticated as Live Nation just forgot that there was a festival called Coachella. Do you think that they were trying to steal Coachella's thunder, or maybe trying to get people to go? Derek Bailey said yes. Right? But like, because think about it. Even and Margaret said yes. Even if they had to change the name, right? By calling it Coachella, yes, Derek Bailey, everyone recognizes Coachella. Celeste said that's crazy. Yes. So everybody agrees that this doesn't make sense. But I think that Live Nation did this on purpose, right? Because it's their first it's the first time they're doing this festival, right? So if I just hear the Day 122 festival, I'm not necessarily going to think anything of it. But if I say Coachella, right? Even if I have to change the name later, people's eyes are on this concert, because I would never have known about the Day 122 had this story not come up, right? So now, whether or not they're going to call it Coachella, people know about this festival. And I think that this was a weird marketing tactic by Live Nation. Does anybody agree with me? That Brandon guy said piggybacking. 76 Grimke said thieves. Does anybody think that Live Nation, they wanted this controversy so that there would be some buzz for their festival? Celeste said, damn, that's smart. All right. I mean, that's just me kind of, working in my brain. Derek Bailey said it worked. Yeah, because look at this. We're talking about it, right? We would not have known about it otherwise. Now, I wouldn't necessarily advise this as a marketing tactic if you don't have, the coin to defend yourself in court. Margaret said, yes, they wanted it. Brandon guy said, no such thing as negative press. Absolutely, right? So we will wait and see what happens. Okay? All right. Moving on to our next story. Do we have any Tank fans in the house? If you are a fan of Tank the Maybe I Deserve singer, when he was in that blue, I don't know, sweatsuit with his shirt off. Anyway, if you are a fan of Tank the singer, give me a microphone emoji. Give me a microphone emoji. Derek, you're going to get blocked. You don't like Tank? Okay, give me a microphone emoji for Tank. Now, has anybody ever heard of Tank and the Bangers? If you've heard of Tank and the Bangers, give me a drum emoji. Tank and the Bangers, they had a Tiny Desk concert. Derek, are you putting a thumbs down for Tank and the Bangers or just Tank, Derek Bailey? Let me know. All right. So now, this is not 76 Screen Credit said, yes, I love them. Okay. So today, I'm perusing, was it Facebook? Yes, it was Facebook. And one of my friends said, posted in this group that I'm in, or in this group that I'm in, someone posted, hey, I'm going to see Tank and the Bangers tonight at, such and such. Anybody want to go? And this person specified, just for clarification, this is not Maybe I Deserve Tank. And when I tell you, I am not that familiar with Tank and the Bangers. I thought at first that it was Tank, and I was like, "Oh, I want to go see Tank." But she clarified that it was not that Tank, right? And this is a perfect example of what we call confusion in the marketplace. Now, it's not exactly the same, but there is a possibility if you are not sure of the difference between Tank and the Bangers. Yes, there might be, you might end up at the wrong show. Just like if there is confusion between brands because the names are too similar, you might get the wrong product, right? Imagine I went to this thing. I'm thinking I'm about to hear, Tank come serenade me and talk about Maybe I Deserve, and then I'm here, and while they are an amazing group, yes, it is someone else, Derek Bailey. I come out and I see this group called Tank and the Bangers. I'm like, what is this? That is the definition of brand confusion, okay? So I just thought it was funny, and I wanted to bring it up to you lovely people. All right? And now we are coming to our last story of the evening. Before we do that, I want to, remind you guys that this is my weekly show. Please join me here every Monday at 8 p.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Clubhouse, so we can discuss these topics. And if you have things that you want to discuss with me privately, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here for you. Okay. Derek Bailey said, did you do a story on Nas recently? Yes, I did a story on Nas recently. Pete Rock is suing him. Yeah. Okay, moving on to our final story of the evening. Anybody here watching or listening? Are y'all into Birkin bags? Do you own a Birkin? Do you aspire to own a Birkin? Do you have a Birkin knockoff? Basically, if you know what a Birkin is, just give me a purse emoji, give me a B, give me something, okay? I'm sure that if you are tuned into pop culture in any form or fashion, you have heard of a Birkin bag. Celeste said, hell no. Okay. Well, we all know that, well, if you don't, you may not all know, but Birkins, they're very expensive bags. They're very exclusive. I think they start at 5 figures running into 6 figures. And, all your favorite celebrities have a Birkin bag, right? And there's a lot of people out there who try to do knockoff Birkins. And, of course, Hermes, they go after them. But I saw something today on Instagram that I thought was interesting. I don't know if you guys follow Amara La Negra, but she does a lot of promotions. 76 because that's a ridiculous amount. She does a lot of promotions of products. Like people will pay her to promote their products on her social media. And today She had a purse on her. She posted a purse, and the purse, it looks like a Birkin, and and painted on there. It says, "You fake like this Birkin." Now this bag, they go out of their way to tell you this is not a Birkin. It's vegan leather. It's not real leather. It's hand painted. So but it says on the bag, "You fake like this Birkin," but it looks like a Birkin bag. Do you guys think that Hermes would have, yes, Derek Bailey, the Afro Latina, do you guys think that Hermes would have a problem with this bag being sold, even though the business owner, they're saying this is a fake Birkin, it's vegan leather, right? Do you think that, and if you haven't seen the picture of the bag, go check out my Instagram or my Facebook stories. You'll see a picture of the bag. If let's say the average person, if they saw this bag, even if it says "you fake like this Birkin," would they think that it might be a real Birkin? Maybe Birkin is doing something meta, making fun of themselves, right? Would Hermes have a problem with these vegan leather fake Birkins? Derek Bailey said people don't care if it looks real. Celeste said, heck yeah, they have a problem, but wow, smart marketing. That Brandon guy said they'll have an issue. Clubhouse, anybody have any opinions? If you saw a Birkin bag or something that looked like a Birkin bag, and then on the front of it it says "you fake like this Birkin," would you think that it might be an Hermes product, the company that produces official Birkin bags? All right. So I'm actually gonna follow this company and see what happens with them. I'm very interested to see if Hermes takes notice. But yeah, go. I forget the name of. Check my stories and you'll be able to see it. All right. But those were the stories that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We will be back here next week with another round of stories and a new topic, because I think next week April. Yeah, we're starting a new topic next week. And new stories. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, a concept, a story, please don't hesitate to send it to me, DM it to me. I love it when you guys send me stories because it lets me know what you're interested in. As well, make sure that you are booking your one-on-ones with me, okay? Whether you need the 15-minute, I have a special on Tuesdays where you can get 30 minutes for $35. Talk to me Tuesdays. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. Keep an eye peeled on my social media. I'll be posting some stuff this week. Take care of yourselves. Do we have any questions before we close out for the night? Any questions on the stories that we covered? Any questions on business formation in general, meaning articles of incorporation, EIN numbers, DUNS numbers, trademarks, copyrights, patents, contracts, hiring and training strategies? Do we have any questions on that or any of the stories that we covered? We talked about the Russians filing trademarks for American products. We talked about Prince and this wine. We talked about Marshmallow the DJ, Stussy, Live Nation. We talked about Tank versus Tank and the Bangers. We talked about the fake Birkin and the Ukrainian soldier. So, if you've got questions, if you're on Clubhouse, raise your hand. I'll bring you up on stage and you can ask, or just put it in the comments if you're watching on any of the other platforms. If you're not comfortable asking me in public, DM me, and most likely I will answer you, unless it's something where I'm like, we got to book a session, okay? So this is where I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the participation. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you later. Bye. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.